I know that we're living in a time where Y2K fashion is in now, but I do always tend to go back to the 80s as glamour, and we do see that, and that's not going anywhere. You see it with like it's very big with like drag race stuff, and where else do you say? Oh, Integrity Toys dolls. They really do focus on that. 80s glamour is kind of inspired by decades of when glamour was big, like from the 50s and even the 30s and 40s. And this is what this is about. This is found stuff. I don't know what I called this video, but it's all bracelets that I turned into belts from the dollar store. But we're also going to briefly look at some of the other stuff because I do have to go through all of my crafty dollar store luxury Barbie clothing kind of stuff, but I did not realize I have over 20 of these belts that I've already made, and I'll show you where they come from and what's going on. But first, let me step back into into this collection of stuff and see what's going on here, because we have to dig out what the original bracelets look like that I based these belts on. And then we also, the elephant in the room is this 80s store display kind of thing going on. I found these canvases while I was looking for some kind of fixture to display these on. So I had collected these different, I guess, again, they were from the dollar store, like office supplies. And they thought that they looked like store displays from the 80s, especially when they come in this very tealy blue color that's so weird. And then, yeah, I had found these tropical Floridian prints that I got for big canvases for the wall to make some kind of really sick 80s room. So I just have put all of this stuff up to help display the jewelry. I'm still looking for the perfect clothing rack that I think I have to make, so that will be coming up in a video coming soon. But let's just put this stuff a little bit to the side. This is the belt that matched everything so well, so I put that one on. But we do have to try on all these belts, and we do have to see where they came from. So looking through the different things that I've collected, I see that I've got different arrays of, oh yeah, this is a really good belt that we don't have on. Earrings. Oh man, there was a period where I did pierce the doll's ears, and I was looking for earrings that had a good profile, especially an 80s one that could work. But I think I'm kind of against pierced ears now on the dolls, except for the ones that are made for the dolls. But putting metal, it will stain the ears very often, especially if it's cheap metal that you're getting from the dollar store. So I've got all kinds of these things, which probably a lot of them are offcuts from different belts and stuff that I used. And then also when I was first making these belts, I was basing them off of, I was doing some kind of Gem and the Holograms homage. So it was super 80s. And oh yeah, these were other belts that I experimented with hair ties, which we have to look into. Oh, and here's something that is quite a surprise to me. Real official Barbie earrings with the protector pieces on. I usually just cut those off and use them. But yes, I've got lots of jewelry and things here, and I always would choose ones. I'm very careful about what I choose because it's got to be flat. So that's one of the things. So when you're choosing, and I'll get back to this a lot, this is one of my favorite belts that I got. I had to shorten a bracelet. This fastener, I never know how I feel about that, though. It doesn't really work, but it does look like a buckle, or I just turn it to the back and then you can see all of the diamond studs on this belt. We have to try that one on for sure. That's in here. I guess we're not going to be able to look at everything today. And then, oh, what's this? This big mass of chains and necklaces. Chains make great belts if you can find the right fasteners and everything on them. But let's see what else we got here. So this is just this mess of stuff that I do have to go through, but it's just mostly little pieces of jewelry and earrings that I took apart. All of these things can be made. I mean, these loops can be turned into bracelets as well. This piece of lace, I mean, I think this was an earring. And then this tassel, also cheap metal, kind of tarnishes over time. I'm noticing it. So I don't want to keep these things on because they'll stain. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, here seems to be the earring collection that I got. So I was always really choosy about the earrings that I picked, that I got from the dollar store. But these ones you can see fit right in that. Oh, those square ones I love so much. I don't know. I'm going to have to maybe look into some way to transform earrings and give them plastic backs and at least give them to dolls that have the bigger Barbie earring hole, or maybe even drill holes in them. I know that I feel bad when I poke the smaller pinhole and use normal earrings in them, but like those loops, those are great hoops. They would be perfect. They would look so good. But maybe I could fasten them to a thicker peg. And then, I don't know, it's funny that I don't feel as bad about drilling a bigger Barbie doll-sized earring hole into the ear. And then check these out. We can't look at all of the earrings today. Today we need to focus on the belts. I just need to find my belt sources. I have organized these things pretty well, I think, for the most part, to do these future videos. But I have collected a lot of Barbie earrings that I thought were great over the years. And then these are other kinds of belts. I guess we can't touch on these today, but I do collect scrunchies, and especially when I find special ones, like these sparkly ones, they worked so good on a belt. We might have time to do that today, but more of a casual and off the hip kind of very, very 80s thing to do. So every time I would find, but I like to find ones that are a little bit smaller than this, but these do work well as off the hip belts. Yeah, we can't dive too much into this because what we're looking for is belts. Okay, so here is another one of these studded bracelet belts. We have to try this one on, even though it does look like the buckle's a little big and you don't get to take advantage of all the studded details. It does kind of look like a buckle, but I definitely prefer to put it to the back. So I've made a couple of these, a brown and a white one, and it seems like I've got some extra ones. So this is what the original bracelet would have looked like. But what I did was I opened up this. Oh, and then most of these videos where I did talk about this would be on my other channel, my original toy channel, Two Hunky Toys. And that is where I did that. So like some beads and necklaces that I've collected throughout the years. Tiny little scrunchies. I love finding these for controlling the hair, even though this style looks a little, it's not classy. It looks a little youthful, and I don't normally have a reason for that. And then here's something else that I like to find, tiny clips, and they look good in the hair, even though what kind of lumberjack plaid is this, and who would do that? But I always found occasions to bring these things out. But I mean, I have to do a little more sorting here. Little diamond, oh look, I'm finding little pendants. These are so great. You put that on a chain and you got yourself an instant necklace. We might look at some other necklace pieces. Oh yeah, so little things that I took off of earrings. This is a really good one. So just all you need is a chain. It's even going in the right direction. And then you got this beautiful diamond necklace. And then it also helps if you have a doll where you can remove the head easily. That's what's going on here. All right, let's see what else I've got on this display. So these are my attempts at making clothes. We have to visit this. Oh, these are some of the best belts that I've put aside. Some of the Easter scrunchies, some other kinds of, different times. Oh yeah, just different things I've tried to make different dresses at. I made a lot of tube dresses in my day. And I've got a really good collection of tubes and scrunchies. I'm always buying scrunchies thinking I can do more things with them than I think I can. And I mean, this is a scrunchie. So this is the best thing that I like to do. Whoa, whoa. I could have stopped recording and ruined everything there. I like to put the scrunchie on the shoulder, especially these fur ones. And we'll see that in a second too, the big fur collection of them, but using it like a stole. But I mean, in the 80s, they did have official Barbie releases with different, using scrunchies many different times as things. Okay, so here's the scrunchie collection. These ones, again, it's just another variety of this one. The fur ones I love so much. And, I mean, we really do have to get to the belts, but I have to see this. So these things, these babushka hats, is what I like to call them, super 80s. It's another kind of scrunchie. So I do definitely have better luck with these. You can find different textures and stuff, but you can see how this is quite an expensive, glamorous 80s look just by using these dollar store jewelry things. So yeah, she's looking pretty classy. This dress, I was looking for a LBD to make this video with, and this is a WWE dress. I think it had some kind of silver embellishment on it. Right now it's not made of very nice material, but it's the most simplest black little black dress that I have that I haven't destroyed. I do have a really nice tube top dress, but the elastic has come unattached from the material, and maybe I have to like fix it somehow because it is the best dress ever made by Mattel Barbie, or I have to go and figure out how to make one, the perfect LBD. Or maybe one of those Barbie Basics dresses are the best ones. The one that I like the best is the t-shirt dress. I know people don't like that. All right, so different fur things like stoles. This is just a pom-pom ribbon that I got at the store. And yeah, there's lots of scrunchies. I always buy lots of fur. I like a fur look. Fur looks glamorous. I bought probably all of these in every color because they look really, really expensive and they look especially tacky, especially when we got this crushed velvet fur kind of look. But it does look super 80s, and again, I've made many a video on the other channel making these crazy 80s outfits, some of which I can't say I look back at and think that I thought that they looked so glamorous and great at the time, but I don't so much. I think that these belts are probably the best thing that I've ever made that look the most legit and the most expensive. Very Dynasty, very Dallas. It's that time period. Are we going to keep this hat on her? It looks kind of pretty good. This is a WWE body, if you're wondering, on with a color reveal head. I like this. I don't like dealing with hair, so especially in a video like this, it looks like a mannequin. It looks like a retro head. I love these color reveal Millie heads so much, and I love these WWE bodies so much, and I like my crazy belts so much too. All right, what else do we have here? It seems like in this box I got, oh yeah, this was a new favorite piece that I wanted to really try out. Okay, and then there's, these toe rings that I found I thought would make amazing necklaces. Look how expensive those look. I have to save that for another video. Today is the belt video day. And then these, I thought, oh yeah, it's because of, see how this one has a little bend in it? I guess they both do. They go down in V's, so I think they're going to work as an awesome necklace. More toe rings. I just know that they're going to work. This is kind of my collection. I always wanted to make some underwear, so lace underwear in like old-fashioned white, and then an old-fashioned dingy white. And then I do have saved ribbon, and maybe I will. Look, I've got needles standing by to sew these things. Oh, and look, I've got so many different types of of lace so that underwear could be made. And then in here is just more beads and different things of lace for me to cut and try. And I think it could be, if I just take my time and do something very slowly. Oh yeah, and I even got elastics for that. I thought that using a white elastic. And somehow, and then it seems I got some sequin material at one point too. And Shopkins earrings. This is crazy. So many different things in here, but I see these things at the dollar store and I see the potential in them. And I don't always make the video. And then what's in here lastly? Okay, so here is the last thing that we're looking for, and probably the best. So this is usually how I found these bracelets. So the bracelets came like this. This is a good price for one, $1.50. And I don't usually like hearts, so I guess that's why I haven't made this one, but we will see some of the bracelets that were just like this that I used that they're some of the best belts ever in existence, in my opinion. More fun scrunchies in different patterns, more babushka hats, I thought these would make really cool jelly bracelets, but I think I underestimated the hole in these for the size of the wrist. But I'll have to visit that. Oh yeah, and here's something else that I found recently. Another reason why I want to do this video is because I keep finding more jewelry and not realizing, and more scrunchies, and thinking I have all of this stuff that I already haven't used. I knew that these would make amazing diamond necklaces. All I have to do is pry this earring apart and take those out. So look, they come in different sizes. And then there's more examples of these belts. So I might have to reference this I think I was going to do an Easter video, little scrunchies with bows on them. That's a little cutesy, not really my thing, not glamorous. Oh yeah, and then these ones I like. Oh yeah, so this definitely needs to be here for reference. There was a specific thing that I just found that I don't know where I put it, but I was really excited to test it and see. And I don't know, yeah, it was a special kind of earring that I thought would make such a great bracelet. I just don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. And I wanted to be very, very, we might have to try this one today because I found these, now it was quite a time ago. These babushka hats. Sorry, I keep finding great things. So these ones aren't as fluffy as the other ones, but maybe the profile isn't slim enough. No, they looks pretty good. Yeah, I love finding these scrunchies like this because, especially this time of year. Not to mention, oh no, we have got all the weaving and the knitting machine stuff to talk about, but that'll come up in another video. But it was this thing. So I guess I'm going to take a little segue, and see if we can actually use this. I guess it looks more like a bracelet. I kind of like the chain that's attached to it. So you can see, I guess, on the picture how you're supposed to connect it. But it also came in silver, which I think I'm more of a gold jewelry thing. I'm okay about mixing metals, I think, in the right situation. Sometimes, I don't know I'm okay with, basically I'm okay with mixing metals. It doesn't mean you always have to do it, though. That's the thing. So this is very, very curious. Like, a closing earring could probably make a really great bracelet, which I've never experimented with that before. But then we've got the weird pieces on it. But then it was this one that clasped around the ear, which I thought had so much potential. And then I thought it had like some kind of like edgy potential where you could put the actual earring one on around the neck or something. So she would have like this chain. But I think that it's the, oh, it is kind of the perfect size. And then, I mean, just like that, it looks kind of crazy glamorous. Now, I don't know. My WWE girls do have broader arms. They have thicker arms. It is the reason I like them. So it could be a little bit loose, but it doesn't mean you couldn't pinch that closed a little more to fit better on a standard made-to-move body. But how do I open up this again? So I think I better go back to the Dollarama. So most of these things I got at Dollarama in Canada. That's Canada's dollar store. Can this slide on her neck? I don't think. I like the style of this too. I think I might just remove the chain completely on it, but why would I want to do that? I think this might not fit on her neck. Let's see here. I mean, it would probably work. I mean, it might even work better on a Barbie neck. I could open it a little bit. I could attach it to something else. I mean, it's kind of crazy. There is definitely potential here. Could use it as handcuffs too. I don't know. She just needs to attach it to herself. She can put this piece. Oh, here we go. This is what we do. This is what we do with this bracelet. Look. Oh, it fell off. Maybe I need to pinch it a little bit more. We've got one on her upper arm. We got this piece here. Let me try to slide it on so I don't scratch up her arm or anything. Turn this around here. It's like almost perfect. I might have to pinch it off a little bit, but check out this. I knew it had lots of potential. I say this without, and then that is pretty cool. Like here we're designing jewelry that hasn't even been made before, and it looks real. It looks glamorous. It looks really, really cool. Let's get into this belt collection that I have. So normally when I make these belts, I take one of the existing bracelets that I find. So I guess we really should look at these as I go. Look at these different chokers and stuff. I got this for the leather strap. I mean, that God's Eye, that has all kinds of awesome little charms. I mean, usually those work really well for necklaces and stuff. But I have to say here's a good place to start, because I think that this was the first one I bought. When I saw this loopy loop and the double chain on here, I was like, oh man, that looks like such a cool 80s belt. So all I do normally is look at these extra pearl things. It's like it tells me exactly where to take it off. So I would just take off all of this. A pearl like this is not good for a belt. You want something with a low profile, so it's really important. Otherwise it looks out of scale, and it doesn't look like a real belt. Nobody's wearing big balls. I mean, not always true. Like, you can do crazy things too, but taking off the big chunkier things, I mean, you can have chunky, but the flatter it is, the better it's going to look. Plus, you're getting all of these extra pieces of chains that can be other chain belts. So here, let me put that aside. Beads are dropping and stuff. I don't know what it is. So I would get these in the different colors, because why would I get them? Because I did use these beads for necklaces, and what else? And earrings. Like, I would just put them on different pieces, and I mean, I guess that's why there must have been a reason. I can't think exactly what I was using them for. You know what? I was putting them as big, chunky, like Wilma Flintstone necklaces. That's what I was using them for, and I just really, really like them. Let's see if I have another one of those. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh yeah, so I got them in, different pearls. I guess another big pearly Wilma Flintstone necklace is why I got those in the different colors. So yes, this one. This was definitely my favorite style and the original reason. And then we'll just look at this one right now. That's all in the right colors here. How's the store looking? Is it looking messy? Is it looking clear, concise? I don't know. It was better in the thumbnail, but there's only so much I can display and show while I'm trying to work here. But she's looking pretty glamorous in this belt. I like it. This was like pushing the limits because those gems are so big. In this instance, there's no leftover chain. I think we're going to see in the second belt I'm going to show you that, all right, this is what we're going to struggle with. Men and undoing clasps, man hands, tiny clasps, doesn't always work. In this instance, I just took off all of the extra chain pieces, and it probably had chains on this side, and on this side, and I just removed those and reattached this to here, and then luckily there was this great place to just snap this on. So that worked really, really well for that. Okay, so I wanted to look at one of these hoops because this really was the first time I made one of these belts. So that's what it looks like, unless it's not. I mean, this is why I had these all in these boxes. I guess one of these or the divider boxes, and they were all jumbling together. So I knew I had to take them out so I would appreciate them and could use them. And okay, here we go. So now I'm just going to put this on, which is going to be the greatest struggle of all. I might have to take off her bracelet so it doesn't start getting tangled. The whole reason why I'm not using a doll with hair, so I don't get things all tangled and messy. Which this is what I'm struggling with. This maybe this isn't the right one to start with. Okay, but we can see what I did when I made this bracelet. So I took off all of the pearl parts and I just attached the clasp to the end. And then what I really like to do, and then I took off the tail, which is your I don't know the terminology for this stuff, the way that you can make it fit depending on the size of your wrist. So, and I love having that as a little extra piece to hang. And if I can put this bracelet on, then I can show you that. Except it seems like these have looped in on themselves constantly, so I'm trying to make the chain fall the way that it's supposed to. And maybe you ladies know this better than I do, but it's kind of, I'm noticing it's kind of frustrating untangling your necklace before you put it on. And then the tiny clasps, again, man hands and tiny clasps doesn't always work. All right, so I gotta do some zhuzhing, but also maybe it's better when you don't do some zhuzhing. And then I will take this off so that we don't have this getting in the way and we can focus just on, I'm gonna get more of these though, for sure. So we can focus on the belt. So this, I love this, oh, it has a name, I'm sure of it. This lengthening chain, I love having that hang down. So anytime that exists, it's a bonus. You get this tiny little charm on there that weighs it down. So I love that. Sometimes, you can wear it to the side and show the chain, depending on the style of the belt. But in this case, it's probably best to let the diamonds and the hoops. I mean, that's like this. You could cowgirl that belt up, probably. But it's just pure golden glamour She has her black pumps on today. I didn't know what shoes to choose. They don't stay on as well as some of the other shoes I have, but if we're going super 80s, that's the way we do it. So check out this this belt. It's looking real good. I think you're supposed to put the diamond over top, but it looks good underneath, on top, depending on how I have it strung. Something more like this. But I mean, you have to mess with these things in real life. You have to mess with them, especially in doll world. But yeah, that's probably the best way for it to look. Amazing belt. All right, let's move on to the one like the heart-shaped belt that I have with the leather straps. So probably my next favorite one, and probably the ones that called to me the most when I saw the bracelets hanging on the shelf. And I was, thinking about, they probably are what spoke to me and said, you gotta make gem in the holograms, because I could not afford or would not buy the price of like an Integrity doll, but I did really like what they were making, the stuff that they were putting together. But I would see, I'll show you in a second, the one that I really would see. Where's that heart one? So much stuff here. All right, here it is. We dealt with these ones. I should definitely put those aside. Get them out of the way. I do love those. You saw how awesome that belt was. But then there was this style. So I'm not a big fan of hearts. So if you've seen any of my videos, you know that. Now in this instance, and again, I have tutorials on me actually making these belts too, and what I do exactly. But the gist of it is I undo this clasp, which is just a pinch. So you have to pry it open with pliers. Then I cut this strap to the appropriate size. And then I'm left with the belt. Now you see how this is curved and flat profile? Even though this was a heart, I couldn't stop myself from buying it, even though I didn't make the actual belt yet. It does have these little rings on it, these brass beads, and I did keep those on, and we'll have to experiment. But this would be an example of an ultra 80s version. So here you can see, in this case, how I shrunk it was I just cut the leather and then repinched the clasp back around the leather pieces, and it's definitely fake leather, not real leather. But these 80s lips, I mean, I can't. So the beads do kind of bother me because they are kind of chunky, but not too much. I think the best thing to do would be to put them in the middle, but I kept them on because it helped keep things aligned. If I wanted to pinch this in, I guess is what I thought I wanted to do. But right now, when I'm looking at it, I think probably the best option would be to center it. But we're not going to know until we put it on the doll. I can see that this cheap jewelry is kind of starting to tarnish, though. I guess that's just what's going to happen with junk jewelry. But also you can see that I kept this on because that hanging detail is always great. Again, flat profile. I knew that was going to lend itself to 1/6 scale so much better. So I guess it was trial and error where I was able to find what the right length of the chain, or what the right length of the leather was. It seems like there's not a lot of, seems like I left just the right amount of leather on here. So most of these belts are going to be like off the hip kind of a belt too. Belts that don't hold up your pants. Over a dress belt. But this is I think this might have to be a little bit tighter. Am I going to redo it? We're going to redo the clasp? No, but that's kind of what it looks like. We got this little tail chain hanging in the back. I don't mind that. Kind of cool. Maybe I might want to bend the lips a little bit so it curves around her waist a little bit, but probably with the right outfit. And then depending on, oh yeah, we were supposed to decide where the pearl would go. See, this isn't looking that good, maybe because I don't have it tight enough. All right, I think I have to do it. We have to make it look good. It just screamed 80s, and I thought it was so cool at the time, and I still do. Okay, yeah, got to get the right tightness on it. I mean, that looks pretty good. Put this on with jeans and a white t-shirt. It would look really cool. The right dress, of course, too. I think that the beads probably do look good. They probably look best. See how they're not looking so good? I think that they probably look good best framing the end of the lips. So that's an example of that one. And then let's see if I have one that's probably better, that might be more curved or smaller. I know that there is some elephant ones which were great when I was doing Beautiful Barbies of Color, which I'm such a huge fan of because they have the best hair. So this one, which is super elephanty, we'll go with the white one. I have it in white and black, which is cool. Wait, is this one done? This black one I have not done yet, but I guess I have it opened. So I did not shorten the black one, so it can't be used. But there's a nice curve to it that they put on it, so it would go on the bracelet. But then if you want to have some beautiful Barbie of Color celebrating her African heritage, this belt screams African appreciation. I love it. It's so weird. It's a glamorous elephant gold belt looking really good. It's got those two beads. I wonder if taking the beads off completely. No, I like the beads on there. The beads definitely give it a little bit of something, but they definitely look best pushed up on the edges. So another really cool belt that looks cool. And then I love the hanging chain in the back. Kind of a different ball on this one. And another example of this one we've got an ohm, which probably is the one that will work the best. I know that it has more of a curve. Is that all of the leather ones? No, there's another type of leather one, but it's a different one. So this one has a really good curve to it, kind of like the that heart that I showed you originally. And this one, an ohm, infinity kind of sign. Seems like I made this one really loose. I might have to readdress that, but also hanging off the hip a little bit more. Yeah, I think I made that one not small enough, but it might have fit on a specific doll. Also, really doesn't matter that much because it's off the hip anyway, but that's kind of cool. I could see that working. So cool. A bit chunky, actually. Nice. Kind of looks good like that. I like it. So that's just another example of that type with the leather straps. And then I have one more leather strap one, but it wasn't from the same kind of bracelet collection. It was one more like this. So this one is more Y2K, I would call this. It's that kind of Western kind of fashion, Western glamour. That can only be a thing during Y2K, Western glamour. But here we go, and it turned out really, really well. It was a completely different style of bracelet. I might have even got it at a different dollar store, not the Dollarama. It seems like I kind of struggled reclasping it around the different straps. It's not as tidy there, but you can see that it looks really, really good on. Probably want to make it a little bit tighter, put it on. Again, this would look really good with a pair of jeans and a white t-shirt kind of belt. So that's really kind of cool. in that more casual style. All right. Oh, there's another one. There's another one, but I won't try it on. I'll just show it to you. There's blue lips. That's so fun. So the same as the red ones, but coolness. All right, I'm making such a mess here, and I'm not hanging them up. The whole point was to clean this mess up. What else do we have going on here? So we've got one, we've already seen one like this. Again, sometimes they would be chunkier and the beads would be, you wouldn't choose those ones. Like this one's kind of expensive at the time, $250. But flatter profile, curved. I'm not going to make this belt today, but this is one. Again, I would pull out all of this chain piece and attach that to the end of the blue, and then take out all this chain piece, and then later this would make such a good mod belt by connecting all of those pieces and all of these pieces together, and then you get yourself another style of belt. So that definitely justifies the price. I've got more leather straps in here with clasps on them, so you can just make the very Y2K, very fall colors. So that's kind of cool. I got some pastel colors in here, and what I would do is I would undo the clasp on it, or I described it better. Whatever's pinching the pincher, whatever's pinching the leather, I would unpinch it, cut the leather to the right size, pinch it back up again, and then you get yourself this thin little belt, which would work really good. And you could double those up depending what colors you want. More low profile, this one would be really cool to do too. This would look so good with her coloring and the dress. Oh yeah, we got to make some more of these, so that's a really good one. And we got some silver with the diamonds going through it. So this is like kind of cool to just a bigger chain, but this diamond embellishment that goes through it. We've seen a version of that. And then this one might look a little chunky. Oh, weird. What is going on here? When I saw this, I probably got it for the silver chain. That would make a nice chain belt. And we got this added embellishment to hang down. And then you could use this separately. Also just this with this hanging off the hip would look really, really good too. This is an awfully big clasp though on that one. All right, that one we covered. This one we covered. Here is another example. We're going to look at all of the ones that are like this, with the bigger, bolder pieces of like ceramic pieces on here. And do I have many of those? No, it seems like the one that I made the most out of was the one that I showed you. The rest of this, oh, here's like this Bulgarian one. All right, we got to get to that one soon. So this is kind of an example of this. So again, flat. This one was super flat, and then it just looked super 80s, but mod inspired 80s. So, I mean, maybe it looks even more mod than not. And I removed all of the chains and made it as small as possible. So it looks like what I did in this case, just like I think that was the first belt that we looked at. So I just took out all the chain and just attached the clasp to the bead itself. And that is the exact same thing that we did with the first belt. So yeah, these are kind of the same style here. And then, I mean, this just looks, I love the shiny black glass in that one. And then we've got a diamond in the O-ring, so it's all symmetrical, but off every ring is different. So this looks good from all sides. Look, and then plus, not to mention, when you swap this around, you get different style belts depending on what you want. It is very off the hip. Might want to take out the smallest hoop, but again, the style is kind of like off the hip anyway. And it doesn't have to be that off the hip. Now maybe you might have to take out more because my WWE doll is a little bit curvy, but this is definitely a favorite. There's no question that this is one of the best looking belts yet today, in my opinion. And before we put on it in silver, because I also have it in silver, let's look at one of these belts, which, who knew I'd have so much Y2K stuff. So I do have it in brown, which the brown is definitely more of a Y2K thing, but let's check it out. So in this case, what I did was, I mean, they made it, so this was easy to pry open. I just pried open the clasp, just cut it with a pair of scissors, this fake leather, to size, and then re-pinched the clip on it, and it's made to go directly inside, and that's what it looks. So let's see what does it look like as what's happening outside. What does it look like as a regular belt? Not really good. So yeah, I do like it more like that. It doesn't look so bad when that's in the back, but we've got this really cool leather studded belt. Looks really good with this outfit, considering we've got the black diamonds, and then yeah, it's a really chunky belt, but it looks good. All right, I don't know how glamorous it is, but she can definitely pull it off. Here's another chunky one. Another chunky 80s one, kind of in the same style as that celestial loop thing that we went. But this one's Dallas Dynasty at its greatest. So apparently sometimes they don't come with a clasp extender, whatever they call this thing. But this one did, and yeah, I also really like this one. I might want to do it up a little bit more, but check out this. This is total Dallas Dynasty 80s goodness. Tacky glamour is what this is, but it's on the less tacky side. We've got the diamond incrustations. All right, let's take that one off, and then we gotta look at the other one in silver. I'm curious. Yeah, okay. Trying on these, I am quite happy with so many of these. Oh no. I can't try them all on today, can I? Another hour-long video of me going through my stuff. This is not the one that I said I was going to try on, but it's another example of, oh, check out this. Oh, I forgot about this. So this is a necklace. It's stuck to it. So this is a necklace that you definitely be better to have a doll head that you can pull off. I also made a video about how to attach a Barbie color reveal head to a body. It's basically, here, let me tell you that right now. I always said you had to pull out the peg, but you don't have to pull out the peg. Basically, you just have to remove the thing that goes into the head, and then you just use a zip tie. Probably the most standard sized zip tie works the best. And then you bend it, and you shove the ends down inside the body, and then they will fit. It fits perfectly in there and holds it in, but guess what I didn't do? I didn't put her diamond necklace on. So just a little diamond that came off of one of the belts or an earring, and then I had a little hoop that I put on, and then I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. I think I have to put the flat side near her skin though, so it falls. And there we go. So she kind of has to wear it backwards. Normally you would put the point down, but it don't matter. It's sparkling and shining and looking good. And check out that. It's a choker with this huge diamond on it. I don't think that's going to get in the way. Kind of fits good with her neckline too. Okay, she's keeping that on. That was a nice little surprise in here. And then this crown. So this one's going to look just like that last one we put on. It does have the safety. You know what? I think this is a safety chain. I think that's what it's called. I think it doesn't really have anything to do with expanding the bracelet's size. I think it has more to do with you put it on so you don't lose it. But here, that one, this one's really bizarre because I think it has crowns and then all of these circles that have all of these diamonds on them. So it's hanging low. Maybe I need to, I've got it on, I can put it on one, no, I guess I have it on the last possible loop. Oh no, I think that there's one more. I could have made it a little bit tighter where it probably would have fit up a little bit. I have to do it despite the time it's going to take. You'd actually be surprised the difference just one little hoop, one little chain link makes. Sometimes it's significant. Sometimes it's like you're caught somewhere in between, in fact, that one link is too loose and then the next link up is too tight. But I think in fashion, one of the good rules is to go as tight as you possibly can without forcing it. You got to get the right angles on these things when you're dealing with chains. I think it probably would have been best if I did not include the hanging chain, because now I have to compete with getting the clasp in the same hole. Oh, I hope I don't struggle too much getting that out. No, see, here, now it's too tight that I can't flip it around. I got it on backward. Oh. I got this. Oh, I got it. Oh. I got the links all mixed up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have it on the very, very least possible link. So this is kind of it's kind of a low-hanging fruit here. Put your diamond necklace first. It's nice though. It's glamorous. It's shiny. It's sparkly. You can put the chain over to the side. We haven't really done that yet, where you put this closer to the front. This is a good example because every bead is exactly the same. So it's a good opportunity to hang the chain down the Shakira side of it. Looking good. All right, that's a cool belt too. Again, Dynasty. I mean, it's beyond Dynasty. It's encrusted with diamonds. Wait, is that the right term? Encrusted? Encrusted doesn't sound glamorous. All right. Oh, I knew that this was going to be a struggle. I've got both the extra chain going into the hole and the clasp. Uh-oh. I'm going to pause this. Oh no, I got it off. I should be putting these back on the chain. Oh look, I've got another one of these. Oh, this one. How did I miss this one? This one was the ultimate gem 80s. We have to try this one on. The ultimate gem. It's the star and everything, and it's on purple. Little girls love purple. But I got to try this one. This one, the glass in it is a lot more obvious. I'd have to say, how are you going to be able to tell me which one is your favorite of all of the belts? But I think that probably the gold one that looks like planets. Oh, it might be good. Oh, it totally could be good for my mod astronaut collection that I'm working on right now. They definitely would look good in this celestial brace and this celestial. I guess this one, the silver one, could be for the evil alien robot. Yeah, let me get this. This seems different then, yeah. Oh, you know what? You know what happened here? I did take out a piece. Should look at this, because how many rings do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they're in a different order. I definitely need to take out another link. I think this one I used more. I don't love using silver. I think I definitely like gold. You know, we go through phases. Gold, I think, is my metal right now. But I need to take out either some of this chain. And here we got too much going. It's hanging a little bit too low. But still, the gold one is definitely my favorite. But this like moonstone kind of thing also works. This one definitely needs to be shortened just a little bit. It's different. I think I have to put the beads in a different order, like are done with this one, and that might be what I did here so that I could close it, because this is not in the same order as this. It still looks good though, don't get me wrong. And depending on the thickness, this is a very, very thin dress. And again, it makes a huge difference sometimes. But I do see the difference. So I've got everything the same until, yeah, there's a, oh, they're the same. They're just out of order. But then I need to get rid of this. And then I need to switch it with this. And that might be what I did. So that, or I took the, oh, it looks like I took this and put it on this side. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I did. And then it allowed me to hook to the hole in this, because of that I'm able to put the clasp in that hole. So this was definitely a good improvement. I will do that with the silver one, but this is my favorite belt, I think. I mean, I probably said that a few times, that this one's my favorite. No, this one's my favorite. Here's another one of these, which was the other one that we did a silver version, or did I just make a couple of these because I had so many dolls that needed this? I can't even find the other one. Or maybe I put it back. Maybe in the beginning I was good. Oh no, here it is. So, you know, I have two versions. I have two of these, which I really like that belt. Oh yeah, maybe that one's my favorite. Here's another one that's in black and white. So this was one that I feel like I took these. These don't seem to match. I definitely would want to use a different chain. But let's see what this definitely would look good with her outfit. Again, it's super spacey. I don't need, no, it wouldn't be like me to add a chain from a different, no, maybe it would. I don't know. I think I saw one similar like this with this same kind of chain from the collection. I think my fingers are starting to smell like cheap metal. Do you know what that is? Is there an explanation for that? I looked that up once. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling getting this on. I think I probably did add those links. Gotta just make sure that it falls properly. So chunky. Again, these are big beads. So, but I mean, this is why it works, especially when you're doing an 80s aesthetic, because things were so big and chunky. I don't support the mixing metals right now. I might be in a non-supportive mixing metals phase. I mean, if the mixing metals are done within the one piece, like I don't mind like a piece of jewelry that's both gold and silver, and then you can mix and match anything you want with it. But maybe I don't feel comfortable with a total gold necklace and a total silver belt though. Here we're going. Kind of cool. It's like this glass, chunky, black and white. Looks really good with her hair coloring and stuff. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take off the necklace. It's distracting. I kept her simple and her little black dress for that purpose, because it's all about the belts today. There we go. So this is a good belt. I mean, it's kind of Beetlejuicy. It's black and white. It's cool. I was careful probably. I don't remember what it looked like originally. I wonder if I added these links to it. Probably did. They don't look like they really go, and I don't have an extra hanging piece, but maybe that's not true. Maybe it came with it, because I do know, let me see that. There's definitely a reference piece here that I have in my collection. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is really cool. Do Do you know what I did here? Okay, I know why I bought so many of these, because these also work good as bracelets. So I would have taken out the rings and used them as bracelets as well as necklaces. That's why you can't get too many, but I made sure that I got lots of them, so that, and then I was just using, I thought that sounded a little funny that I wanted to buy so many Wilma Flintstone pearl necklaces, because the very distinct look. But yeah, it was less about the pearls and more about getting as many of those hoops as possible. Right, I knew I saw this link before. So there's this one. This would be interesting to do. This is a nice little thing, a little charm to hang at the side. I like that piece. But it's this silver thing. Not a super fan of silver. I'm seeing this now again too. I really want to make that one. All right, I think it's time to jump to, look at this one too. This is a necklace. This would make a really good belt. This is not the standard kind that I use. I guess it is. It's from the Dollarama. $2. I don't think I know how to separate these links, but I would figure it out and I would reclasp them. So that would be a really cool snaky belt. All right, this one. We haven't done any of these yet. This is a pretty awesome, wait, have we done? No, we haven't. And have I done more of those? So check out all of that stuff. Oh yeah, so is this the Shakira section of the video? Maybe. So yes, oh yeah, look at the extra tassel on this. So this is the one that I gave to Jem herself. And it was a lot of work. And I might have not done the best job either, because you had to shorten all all five of these chains to get the look. But however, you do get that extra tassel that I could not give away, so I stuck it on. So you can see that the clasp is very unique, that it has 3 holes to put 5 different chains through it. And then this one gets twisted up a lot, but I did make sure it was untwisted before I did the video. And I might have beaded, you know when you bead things too tightly that they get stiff? I think that might have happened. You can see in the back, I just used the fastener directly. You gotta have the fastener going in the right direction. So sometimes you do need that loop to attach it. Oh, I guess you need a loop to the end. Actually, I take that all back. It's not like I didn't even consider that. It's not attaching properly, but you need a loop to hook it to the end. So that's the bulk of it. But I guess we had room to grow here. Doesn't look so bad in the back. It looks kind of real. This extra little tassel on the side, though, love that part. You kind of have to put the clasp over to the hip here a little bit. But then, yes, as I was saying, I might have beaded some of these a little too tight, so they're a little bit stiff. But this is a pretty cool, luxurious, I mean, it's super luxurious. It took the most work. Where you gotta mix it. I think you want to put the more delicate chains over top of the, I don't know how it's supposed to go. I guess just letting it free fall. Sometimes the chain goes over. Maybe the chain is an embellishment underneath. Maybe I didn't make them all the right length. But having this little crystal belt thing on the end is incredible. What's with that chain piece? You know what I did? Oh my goodness, that is so funny. This is the whole length of it, but I made, because it was so long, I didn't waste it. I just fastened it at the middle and let that chain hang down, just add a little bit more stuff going on. So that is kind of cool that I did that. I love that. So this is kind of a very, very cool, luxurious, sparkly. I mean, it doesn't get more expensive than all of these layers of diamonds. She's rich. She's rich with her hip belt. All right, what else do we have here? Let's go even further into the Shakira world. So this one, I think I called it Bulgarian in the earlier video, but I mean, that is pretty cool. The way that these are all hanging down. Yeah, it's got lots of influences. Got Brazilian, it can be Indian, it could be, it's kind of cool. It could be Persian. Egyptian. Trying to make sure that I got it going. Oh, it's nice. This might be the new favorite. I'm going to make it as small as possible, so it looks like that oh yeah. See this one? This one is incredible. You probably have to arrange it and align it more properly, but that sparkly black beads, and then I wonder if you can hear it. Kind of jingles too. And we got the long chain hanging down. This is a good one. So it probably had no effort to it. Like, I didn't have to shorten the chains or anything. All I had to do was take out the extensions, and it just worked out perfectly. So I love that part. Yeah, that one's really good. That one's expensive too. It's a hard choice. This is why I kept buying more, and I don't know if there's as many right now. Look at this one, another one that's perfect for. Oh, except the stars are bending the wrong way. They curve this way. That doesn't mean that you can't have a gold diamond belt. This is more like the first belt she had on, that kind of style. Yeah, sometimes they were a lot easier to make by just removing the end chains, and sometimes you had to shorten all of the little chains. This is another really, really good one. Chunky, but flat. And then it has the possibility of just being a gold star belt as well, which fits her even better because the beads curve that way. Could even put some one way, put some the other way. That's an amazing belt. Okay, that's also a favorite. And then luckily this was, I guess I put this belt on so many, because look, I've got 2 more of these, so 4 in total. It really was, I guess it really was my favorite because it was so flat, and then you had the sparkle and you had the cylinders. But the rest of these are good. So this is one that's more like something like this. For example, like it seems like I buy at Chokers. I knew that when I bought this, that these gave me this option of unclamping and clamping, just unpinching that, and then making this belt shorter. Like, that is definitely potential. Look at all these belt velvet or these, and there's some stretch to them too. They might be, I don't know if I want different colored underwear. I think I might have bought those just for the clasps. Oh yeah, I could actually put the lace that I actually like in these clasps. The cotton lace that I showed earlier. That would be an interesting thing to do. So this is a blue version of the pink one that I showed you. It seems I never made one. This is an example of why this one is so hard to make, because I basically have to cut this in two. But however, you'd end up with a lot of extra beads that you could use for other projects. But that is hard. It's hard. But it's like little pinching fasteners. So it's not too, you just unpinch this, shorten it to the size that you want, save the beads, and then pinch it again on the end. And make sure you don't do it too tight or it's not going to fit properly. But here is like a little choker belt, like I just showed you, where unpinch those, then pinch them again. Let's see how this one looks. This isn't really my style, and maybe I always feel that way when it is silver, and I probably would feel different about this being in gold. Oh, but the last one that I have that I haven't tried on yet is silver in that I would claim as my style. But okay, this is kind of cool. Again, not like one that I normally do, but it still works in the same way. Always keep the chain hanging if it came, and it's kind of nice. It's actually very nice. Also, you never know what something's gonna look, how it's gonna look unless you try it on. Nice. I mean, it's sparkling. Look at it. This is magic. This is superstar belt. So coolness. And then this last one looks really, really cool. So I think in this instance, I think this one was pretty easy to make too. So it's silver, but it's really intricate, and it's definitely a good way to end this video, despite me losing my voice from talking so much. And I still got more. I got other Toy Channel videos to make. This one, yeah, I think I probably just took out all of the extra links on the ends and kept the main bracelet part and the safety clasp, or whatever you call that extra chain. And I'm putting it directly to the whole span of the necklace, and then you got this gothic. This one's so good. That's why it looks really good with her. So it looks Victorian almost. Gothic, red, ruby, studded belt, shining and sparkling. This is a really nice one too. It's probably the most demure one of the day. And yeah, I like it. Is that my favorite? No, they're all my favorite. They're all pretty cool. And just think, I have so many more to make. Oh yeah, I don't even know if I showed this one. Is this one going to look too big? The studded belts are really nice. I should definitely make as many of those. It's too bad I don't have a black one. I don't think they made, but I guess the white one definitely would work with the black. And then this one is dark brown, so kind of works as that. Oh, it seems I took off the clasp on this. Oh, or I could have showed you. I don't know where it is. I guess it's around somewhere. I have this one taken off and ready to make. And then the ones that I kept seeing. Okay, so this one would be super exciting to make. It would have looked really good with this set. The back set, the backdrop, because all of the colors are the same in there with the pink. That one's really cool. Actually, I don't know. I was saying I don't really like this chain style, but as a belt, it would be kind of cool. And I guess you're only gonna, I don't even know how many of these loops that I would need to make it bigger. Here, I said I'm gonna buy, again, this one would be kind of cool. Both, I don't know if to separate them or keep them together. And then this is a pretty cool surprise too, because this is going to be some kind of dynasty belt. But then this one, when I just use these extra pieces on the side for a different belt, they'd look so cool. Understated mod circular belts. So yeah, I like those. All right. Okay, this one. This is another one that I haven't made yet, which we have to do. And then these ones I might have been more underwhelmed with, but they were kind of cute. They were very 80s. It would be cool to make that heart one too. So there's those, and there's even more. So there's lots of potential. And I mean, I have to, show you some bracelets, and we have to dive into the world of scrunchies again and see what happens. But thanks so much for joining me today. It looks like I still have my hands full of things that I have to sort and figure out, and I have to come up with a definitive display. That's kind of why I keep saying goodbye, but then I don't say goodbye. This happened, I wasn't even supposed to record this video right now, but I came up with this solution just by putting these clothespins, these mini clothespins on this rack that I found when I was searching for some kind of rack to hang these on. This probably is the best solution, but I do kind of want to I should Google like real life belt storages, so kind of come up with some kind of closet that I can hang these up. I thought about like little O hooks that I could screw into the wall, and then I could put the clasp to them, so then I can just put them on display. And I've been looking at jewelry trees like crazy, trying to find the right one, but I haven't found the right one. So that's why I think I kind of have to make my own. But this did work out pretty well. But I would like something that is a little longer, less tangling. So that's what I have to come up with. And I guess the best thing to do would be to make it myself. And that is what I will do. So thanks again for joining me. This might be okay. Yeah. Goodbye already.